number 1. Solution for this one should be 3 squared is 9 times 5 is 45 divided by 15, and then you have 3 squared, which is 9 out here. That should be 9 plus 3, which is 12. Answer on this one is 4 plus 12 plus 4 minus 6. That should be 14. Solution on this is to do 1 plus 1, that is 2, squared is 4, times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So it's 3 plus 2 times 10, and then take away 2. 3 plus 20 minus 2 is 23, minus 2, which is 21. The solution is 5 plus 12 divided by 6 is 2, and 12 times 3 divided by 18 is going to be 2. So the final answer should be 9. Answer is -4. Pick a number from 1 to 10 and drop it off in the next 15 seconds. Today's number is 8. Today's objective is to estimate the solutions for problem situations involving square and cube roots. The learning target is you will be able to determine the 2 integers between which a square root will fall. Practice problem number 1. Square root of 30. Think about the perfect squares, such as 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, and so on. Those are the result of 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, and on up to 8 squared. You have to determine between what 2 numbers the answer to this will fall between, and it'll come from these numbers here. Is it between 2 and 3 or 4 and 5? What 2 perfect squares? These are perfect squares here. What 2 perfect squares does 30 fall between? Perfect squares. What 2 perfect squares does it fall between? 25 and 36. And those correspond to square roots of 5 and 6. This would be the final answer and how you write it. Here's another one. Remember the list of perfect squares. What 2 perfect squares does the square root of 93 fall between? 81 and 100 is where 93 falls between. And these 2 correspond to 9 and 10. So there is the estimation of the solution for the square root of 93. Bring this one up and drop it off. And for the practice problem, square root of 60. The 2 squares that 60 falls between will be 49 and 64. Their square roots are 7 and 8. If you had that, come and get 2 million. Bonus problem number 1. The solution for this one should be, it's going to fall between the square root of 49 and the square root of 64. So that would be an answer of 7 and 8. Bonus number 2. The solution is 10 and 11 for the second bonus. On the practice problem, 20 falls between 16, and 25. Their square roots are 4 and 5. If you have that, get 2 million. The solution on the bonus is that 200 falls between 196 and 225. The square root of each of those numbers is going to be 14 and 15. Bonus number 2. The solution on the bonus is that 150 falls between 144 and 169. Their square roots are 12 and 13. Time for speed problems. We'll take the first 7. Solution on this one should be 0. Solution on this one is 6 plus 8 plus a negative 1. That should give you 19. The solution is 9 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 minus 2. That should be 14. Solution on this should be 5 times 4, which comes from 2 squared, and then plus 4 times negative 2 squared is 4, and then plus 6. So that is 20 plus 16 plus 6, which is 42. Solution is 5 plus 6 is 11, and then you'll have a plus 2 from this, minus 3 from this, and plus 2 from this. The answer is 12. Now, more of the same here for the practice problems. You must know your perfect squares from 1 up to 625. For example, 17 squared is 289, and 18 squared is 324. 19 squared is 361. Between what two perfect squares does 315 fall between? 324 and 289. Yes, 289 and 324. So what you do is go back and find the square roots of each of those, and you'll have 7 and 18. Oh well, that's a blooper. I'll get an email over that. 192. We want to find the perfect squares that 192 falls between. 13 squared is 169. 14 squared is 196. So it's between 169 and 196. The square root of each will be 13 and 14. The solution for the practice problem. The square root of 415 should fall between the square root of two numbers. The perfect squares are 324, 361, 400, 441, and there is the middle. So it's between 400 and 441, which is 20 and 21. For the bonus problem, the square root of 350 will fall between the square root of 324 and the square root of 361. Therefore, the answers are 18 and 19. Another bonus. The solution on the bonus is that the square root of 280 falls between the square root of 256 and the square root of 289. That's why the solution is estimated as being between 16 and 17. Another practice problem. Solution to the practice problem. The square root of 500 will fall between the square root of 20, not the square root of 20, actually I skipped to the answer, but it should be the square root of 484 and the square root of 529, which is 22 and 23. A bonus problem. The solution for the bonus is that the square root of 360 will fall between the square root of 324 and the square root of 361. That would be 18 and 19. Another bonus. The solution on the bonus problem is that the square root of 177 falls between the square root of 169 and the square root of 196. That is 13 and 14. Homework assignment for tonight is with the couple of minutes we have left, speed problems, part 2. The solution on this one is 7. The solution on this one is 16. The solution for this is 51.